Going for a little ride today on that 300. Got my man Zero Cool riding with me. Mellow ride today. Just gonna clear my head and drop game. Beautiful day today. So I like to ride, clear my head a little bit, and I want to talk about what it means to step into your own power and live life on the other side of fear. Many times in my life I've been held back by my own beliefs. And if you're here watching this, it's not by accident. Ooh, it's windy today. I think what really shifted for me was when I finally saw fear as a doorway instead of a barrier. And I'm not talking about fear of dirt bikes. We get trapped in our emotional fears. We're afraid to start that business, afraid to apologize to that person, call that girl or guy. A long time ago, I ended up in jail. I was in high school. Armed robbery. Wasn't everything they said it was, but there I was. And I remember going in there thinking how scary it was. Well, I was inventing it. I was telling myself how scary it would be. And I knew I needed to change, because even before the armed robbery, I overdosed on a cocktail of ecstasy and acid, and I flatlined. Pretty interesting story, because I had a total conscious near-death experience. And I knew that I was fucking up in life. My parents were in prison. I was homeless for a while. Had my own apartment in high school, which turned into a drug house. So during this near-death experience, I float up. I'm gonna spare you guys all the details that don't matter. I wrote a book about it, but ultimately I was surrounded by a panel and I begged for my life back, and I promised I'd be better, and I knew that I was here for a purpose, and I'd live up to it if I had one more chance. And so I got that chance. Obviously, I'm here now. But I was absolutely scared to death when I came back. I realized that my entire identity was wrapped up in pain and struggle. You gotta wonder where you're wrapping up your identity. What's holding you back? So yeah, I promised the gods above I'd be better, and I wasn't. Came back worse. So now back to the jail story. I really thought that was going to be scary, and it wasn't. I got in trouble a few times, but I started learning. I finally had a moment to reflect in silence. Did you guys hear her scream? Those weren't my intentions. So, I finally realized that without the pain, without the struggle, without the street credit, I was nothing. So I'm finally sober in jail, and I'm realizing that I'm not nothing, and that this fear-based mentality is designed to hold you back. Your brain, it doesn't like change. We're wired from 1,000 years ago, more than that, hunter-gatherer, running from predator that could kill us, that want to eat us. And disruptive changes in the environment could mean life or death. So we're wired with this paralyzing fear of change, and we hang on to whatever we have to keep things the same. And my fear of change killed me on a dirty carpet in a nasty apartment and locked me in a jail cell with arguably some of the greatest people I've ever known, but also molesters and all kinds of fuck-ups. So seeing fear as a doorway just helps conceptualize that it's a moment of transformation, it's a moment of choice. And if you're scaring your lizard brain, there's something powerful on the other side of that fear. So what in your life are you afraid of right now? What are you resisting? Or what identities have you given yourself to keep you locked into a safe space? So like I said, I just wrote a whole book about this, and it goes deep. And I want to go through little sections at a time with you while we ride. But let's just start there. Let's think about our identity. Now, once you figure out what you're afraid of, and you start looking at yourself in the mirror, and you find out what identity is holding you back and why, your life begins to open up to a whole nother level. I'm obviously here to tell you that life on the other side of fear is like nothing you could ever imagine for yourself. I've done it. I've lived it. Still do it every day. It's a lifestyle. It's not something you do today and check it off your list. It's a constant reevaluation. Anyway, if you're listening to this, you are the revolution. And you are loved. And you are not broken. All right, let's ride.
Yeah.